Greetings, everyone. I'm Kristen Alexandra Bray with the Ormus Temple, and I'd just like to take a moment to talk with you a little bit about the Jivan Mukti Vrata that you have seen listed on the Ormus Temple page here. First of all, what is Jivan Mukti Vrata? Just to reiterate what was shared with us in that video, Jivan Mukti is meaning living enlightenment. Vrata is a process. So what we're talking about here is engaging a 21-day process to move us along, to accelerate our process into Jivan Mukti, living enlightenment, living enlightened. What is living enlightened? Living from your elemental divine source within, living from your divine consciousness. For those of you with a Christian background, Jivan Mukti is the same thing as living in Christ consciousness, walking in the spirit of Christ consciousness. And of course, you're practicing the teachings of Yeshua or Jesus in order to bring yourself to the ability to live in this divine consciousness. Of course, he said, these things and greater things than these shalt thou do, if you only believe and if you follow his process. To follow his process is to do things in his name. So we find the avatars occurring on the earth from time to time that bring these same truths. You can tell if you listen to them because they're talking about exactly the same thing. They're using many of the same process to arrive at the same state. And this is the case for Paramahansa Nityananda. He is an avatar that's bringing you to that same goal, living in Jivan Mukti, living enlightenment, living enlightened, which is a very intense awareness coming from your divine consciousness within. This is beyond your neural net, the group of associations that we have stored in our body's physiology as the result of experiencing life in these bodies. Understand, the neural net was designed to feed or to serve the divine element within it, because the divine element, the consciousness, comes together with divine spirit or energy in order to manifest or create physical form, a representation of itself in physiology, which it is creating. And the reason this is done is so that it can experience itself, because it's through the body that it takes on the form of the neural network, the body's physiology, and gives us the association through tactile stimulation to experience this vast energy that we are enveloped in and actually are. We can experience that through the nervous system. But we often make the mistake of thinking that we are that body, that nervous system, the information the nervous system is providing for us is totally accurate, when oftentimes it's not. It's just a firing off of associations accumulated over time in our lives. So we want to be able to supersede that, and that's done by getting to our divine essence, and that's living enlightenment. So this 21-day process that Paramahansa Nityananda is taking us through to accelerate our process to putting us in touch with our divine essence and living in that divine consciousness, or living enlightened. So just to make a few notes about some of the things that he talked about. He talks about, of course, starting your day with the breath, and I'm not going to comment too much on that. I guess we all know the value of starting your day clean, just washing off the night and the day before and starting your day clean. Then he talks about doing a meditation sequence that starts with cathartic breathing. That's very irregular breathing, and the purpose of this breathing is to be able to just break through the patterns that are set up in our body's neurological system. So cathartic breathing is like this. And you might think about cathartic breathing when you're little, and you might have a bad crying spell. A body will naturally go into this cathartic breathing because it's overloaded, and it needs to break the sequence of what's getting programmed into the body for that traumatic event at the time you're crying about it. Cathartic breathing, and it's done for 7 minutes in order to consciously start to break down some of the patterns that have been established in our neural network that are working against our ability to move to living from this conscious divine element, the enlightened state. Following the 7 minutes of cathartic breathing, he goes into humming, which is an intense sound vibration that we're putting in our bodies again to break the patterns that have been established in the neural network. So the humming needs to be very intense. It needs to really resonate through your body. You should feel the vibration in your body, in your neck, in your face, in your nose, in your eyes. So an example of this humming is starting again and again when you run out of breath. You can even vary the pitch. Noticing where each of these pitches will vibrate and resonate in your body. Again, you do this practice for 7 minutes. I'm going to suggest that you get a little timer and set it for 7 minutes each time you're going through one of these stages, because you don't want to be consciously involving your thought on how far through you are on the process, because then you're not really working on what you need to be accomplishing here when your mind is concerned about that. So just get a little timer and set it for 7 minutes, and each time the 7 minutes it goes by, the timer will ring and you'll know to move to the next step, just quickly like that. After the cathartic breathing and the humming, he talks about chakra meditation. Now, I covered chakra meditation with you on the Ormus Temple site. Paramahansa Nityananda also covers chakra meditation. You can go out on YouTube and probably just do a search for that on his website, the Bliss, I think Living Bliss Organization, yeah, .com. You can do that. I'll make sure that I try to post something on the Facebook page as well. So that kind of takes us through the meditations. He talks about doing the Guru Mantra, and the Guru Mantra is a series of mantra sounds that enliven the body bijas. Now this is entirely tantric. This is enlightening, or in bringing up into your consciousness the relationship you have inside with your divine feminine entities. Divine feminine entities. The divine feminine, the goddess, relates to the energy, the spirit inside of you. So bringing that up into your awareness. So he starts with the tone Om, and then moves to Hrim, and then moves to Nityananda, which of course means enlightenment, and Namaha means not me. In other words, you are programming, getting beyond your body's physiology into your divine element. So you are going Om, 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 and repeat those. I'm going to say 9 times until I hear differently. The next one, Hrim, Hrim, Prim Nityananda 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 Namah Now, I've just given you an example of that, just doing those sounds 3 times each and moving through them. I didn't quite get how many times do them, or what, if you should do one for 3 times and then the next for 3 times and then the next, or if you go through the whole thing and do that a number of times. I'm sure it will be clarified shortly. But again, in using these mantra bija sounds, what we're doing is releasing into our internal relationship the divine feminine spiritual awareness, okay? The energy awareness, the life-giving energy awareness. So that's that part. And then let's see what he has beyond that. I think that pretty much covers it. I just want to say to you, when you're listening to the discourse about the Jivan Mukti Vrata, the process, you hear them talking about using Paramahansa Nityananda's image and awareness and so on and so forth to help you to move through these stages. If you have an issue with that because of your belief system, don't worry about it. Again, they're seeing Paramahansa Nityananda as an avatar, as a physical representation of enlightenment. So by focusing on it, it helps us to move ourselves into enlightenment. If you want to focus on Yeshua, Jesus, the Christ consciousness, Allah, the Kaaba, for the Kemetic fellows here, the Kaaba meaning spirit soul, Kaaba, spirit soul. Any of these do just fine. What is important is what relates within you, what resonates within you as you go through this. So with that being said, we're mostly interested in the process, using the process in order to bring up, shake up, and release those things that have developed in our neural network that stop us, that apprehend us from progressing along our own path of enlightenment. Release, healing, empowerment, enlightenment. That we can then use that power to enjoy our lives to its fullest, with a love within and without, and nonviolence, with love. Thank you for listening. Again, I'm Kristen Alexandra Bray with the Ormus Temple. I encourage you to give your comments, your questions, your inspirations, share with us right here on this social network and on Facebook. Thank you again. Be ever wonderful. Namaste.